All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. And it's so great to see everyone on tonight's webinar. A lot of names I'm not as familiar with, but of course, we continue to have loads of people opting into the webinar series. Now, what we do on Thursday nights, what we do on Tuesday nights is we do an overview from our perspective, an introduction to THW Global. And then on Thursday nights, this is training night for us, okay? So I'm not here to do an introduction on THW Global. Obviously, we'll talk about THW Global, but in the confines of training. If you have not registered yet with THW Global, then you're going to want to connect with the person that referred you to tonight's webinar. Registration is free. So even if you don't know what you're registering for, go on and register for free, and then you can come back and hear the rest of the story this coming Tuesday, or they may have something recorded that they can send out to you so you'll understand what our message is as it relates to THW Global. Now, on Thursday nights, it's our training night. It's our training night, and real quickly, I want to do a couple things. In your questions box, if you are with us for the very first time on a live webinar, maybe you've seen some stuff on YouTube, but this is the first time you are with us on a live webinar. In your questions box, it's a questions box over to the right-hand side. Open that up and just put a 1 in the questions box. That tells me you're here for the first time. Oh, wow. That many. Gosh. Okay. All right, so I've got a lot. Whoa, I've got a lot of first timers here. So welcome to our live webinars. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And wow, that many? Get out of here. That's awesome. Okay. All right. So we're going to give you the goods tonight. All right. We're going to give you the goods tonight. Number 2, I'm concerned that the last couple of days, some of you may not have gotten our emails. We've had a little bug in our email system the last couple of days. Yesterday, on Wednesday, I sent out the recording from Tuesday night's webinar, as well as our mental vacation break. And we had a little glitch, and I never was able to see my stats. And when I looked at our video views, I know some people got the email, but I think some others did not. And then on today, earlier today, about 10 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Eastern, I sent out an email to our list to give you a preview of tonight's webinar and to give you some training before tonight's webinar. And I think we had the same issue. So I don't know that everyone got our emails. If you normally are looking for our emails and you did not get an email from us today. Now, you got an email from our webinar system saying, hey, don't forget about the webinar. But if you didn't get something that had video content in there with training, in your questions box, just put it in. I want to see how many people maybe were impacted. I'm just afraid. Oh, my gosh, really? Wow. Okay, I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa, gosh, I did that many? Oh, I'm hurting. Okay, someone said they got it from the sponsor. I'm glad you did. Okay, I don't know what that issue is. I reached out to my autoresponder company, and they're looking into it. So prayerfully, we won't have that issue tomorrow. Prayerfully. All right, we are recording this. Give me a moment, and I need my cold water here. Bear with me. Okay, let's go to work. All right, we got a lot of newbies here for the first time, and we've been on a series, so I'm gonna try to catch my newbies up as much as I possibly can, but I do need to make sure we get to the content that we promised that we were going to get to. Now, the funnel blueprint is it's really like our mastermind group. We've been working well before we ever heard of THW Global. We were working on a marketing and a training portal. And in that portal, what would happen is people would learn how to market. They would learn the basics of marketing the principles of marketing. Most people don't know the principles of marketing, and you'd be able to have access to things like, you know, traffic systems and just a lot of good stuff as it relates to how do you build out any type of enterprise. And so what happened was when THW Global came our way, and we've just seen just a huge surge in interest with THW Global, we said, okay, well, let's kind of back things up. We'll hold off on launching the blueprint right away so that we can cut some content that's going to be specific to THW Global. So we're ultimately going to be launching the membership portal, which will be our marketing and training portal. I'm hoping to get it launched by the end of this month. And it's going to house all of our training, a lot of training that you guys have not seen, Gayettes have not seen. It's going to house something that we call our Value Vault. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But I want to talk tonight about what we mean by a funnel, okay? Now, our objective is this for our audience. And when we say, Carol, our audience, I'm not talking about just those that I personally enrolled or just those that are in my enrollment tree. For those of you who understand the compensation of THW Global, there is a 10-level organization. There's a great number of you that might be on tonight's webinar. You're not even in my 10 levels. You know, you're not even in my organization. That doesn't matter, okay? Our objective for anyone that finds value in what we share, our style of training and all that good stuff, our objective is to assist you in building a long-term sustainable business, okay? Building a long-term sustainable business with multiple streams of income across multiple niches so that you ultimately have the financial and the time freedom to hotly pursue the passions of your heart. Now, I don't want us to confuse THW Global or any other offer, all right? THW Global is an offer. Amazon Juice, that's a fictitious name, is an offer, you know, let's say in the health and wellness space. A weight loss product, you know, Extra Slim, once again, fictitious name. That's an offer. What marketers tend to do is they confuse the offer, Carrie, with their business. Your business is not the offer that you are promoting. Your business is comprised of two very important elements. Number one is you. Number two is your following. Number one is you. So you want to always be working on you, personal development, watching good content, listening to good content, shunning negative content. All right, this is why you can say something to Queen about something that happened in the news and she'll like, duh, what are you talking about? Because she stays away from all those negatives as much as she possibly can, okay? So working on you, number one, and number two, your following, which means you need to have a list, an email list, an SMS text list. Yes, some people look at their Twitter following, they look at their Facebook following as a list, but you want to have a list that you own and control. I've had the challenge with both Facebook and YouTube, where at some point, for still unbeknownst to me, at one point with YouTube, they shut down my channel. They shut down my channels. This was about 2 years ago. I had 153 videos on there. I did a lot of my marketing on YouTube, and all of a sudden, I no longer had access to being able to leverage YouTube. I had the same thing happen with Facebook. So you want to have an email list and then an SMS text list. We'll be talking a lot to our audience about that. Your business is you and your following. As long as you have a responsive list, you're in business. The offer changes. Offers come and go. Offers, let's say THW Global is gold. Okay, fantastic. All right, well, she's gold, but there's going to be something else that comes across your desk, goes into your email box that is a viable offer. It may not be a network marketing company. It may be something that's affiliated. It may be an affiliated product or service or what have you. Your business is who? It's you, number one. Number two, your following. There are people on the webinar now that have been following me in some form or fashion for over a decade. That's my business, ladies and gentlemen. THW Global is merely an extension of our business. So we've been saying, is it crap? Is it gold? Is it crap? Is it gold? Don't know if it's crap. Don't know if it's gold. We won't really know either way until we get it out of soft launch. People start viewing. 1, 2, people start getting paid and getting paid on time. Then we'll be able to say, hey, this is really gold. Now, why are we building it now? Because it could be gold. It's no financial risk or what have you. So it could be gold, and we want to be in position, which is why we're having these webinars, so that you can start learning the principles of building a business. So if indeed she is gold, you're already starting to build a team, and then you can really explode that team as we go along. So we've talked about, this is review now, we've talked about some of the key tenets of business building. And these tenets are also the reasons, the 4 major reasons why most marketers struggle. They say 95% of marketers aren't making any money. Well, here's why. Because most marketers do not have a funnel-based system. We're going to talk about that tonight, and we're going to talk about the funnel that we will be launching for our audience. Most do not have a responsive list. I had a chance to communicate with someone in our following yesterday, and this was a gentleman who's been in network marketing for a long period of time. He's done very well, but he's not done anything on the internet. And what he was telling me is that the challenge he's now having is that the people that have followed him for years and years and years offline, they now want to come online. And, you know, he doesn't have an email list yet or an SMS text list yet or what have you. And he's saying, okay, I've got to learn this internet thing. The responsive list, your business is you and your following. This is what we want to focus on building, is a responsive list. When THW Global came across our desk 3 weeks ago, and was it 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago? Might have been 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago today, I believe it was. The first thing we did when we read over it, and we said, oh, this might be something. Don't know. Could be crap. Could be gold. Not sure. And we immediately sent out an email to our email list. We had a webinar that night. We had a gargantuan amount of folks on that webinar that night, and we had I had a bunch of people that registered, you know, right then, and then we had one guy who registered, and in 24 hours he had 192 personally enrolled. Well, he was in my list. If he's not in my list, he joins THW Global. He still brings on 192 people in the first 24 hours. Now I think he's over 400 now. All right, but he wouldn't have been on my team. What's your business? You and your following. Number 3 is having compelling offers. And obviously THW Global, especially assuming she's gold, and is a very compelling offer. And then number 4, driving high quality laser targeted traffic to a funnel-based system that allows you to build and cultivate a responsive list so you can share more compelling offers to generate more money, so that you now have more resources to drive even more traffic to that funnel-based system to increase your overall list size that now becomes responsive to your messages, so that you can offer even more compelling offers to that list. This is how we make money, ladies and gentlemen, on the internet and using mobile. Now, we talked about funnels. All right, we talked about funnels, and this is a discussion that you typically don't hear in the network marketing circles. You normally have to go outside of network marketing to the internet marketing circles, to the infopreneur, those guys and guyettes that sell the high-end coaching programs and high-end masterminds and things of that nature. You know, you've probably been on a few of these, if not a lot of these, where you get on a webinar, it's an hour, 90-minute webinar, and then at the end of the webinar, it's, you know, you get this and you get this bonus and that bonus and that bonus, and it would normally be $11,997, but if you act today, it's $19.97, or it's a 3-pay of $4.97 or $6.97 for the next 3 months, or what have you. Okay, so you've seen that before, many of you have, and you hear the discussion about funnels in that arena. You don't typically hear about it in network marketing. So what's a funnel? In a traditional business, a funnel is like going to McDonald's, ordering from the value menu, and what invariably will the cashier say? Would you like fries with that? Or would you like apple pie with that? Would you like a latte with that? Whatever it is that they happen to be promoting. The idea is when you have that customer, when someone does business with you, all right, you have the customer, you have the recruit, that person is now more apt to do business with you again and again and again. The challenge in network marketing is we typically don't have funnels. So you have a person that joins you in ABC Nutritional Network Marketing Company. They buy the product, and they might buy a second product or third product, and they're an auto ship or what have you. But outside of ABC Network Marketing Company, you traditionally are not generating any additional revenue from that person. Now, obviously, you could be generating revenue if they continue on auto ship. You could be generating revenue if they start to build a team. But in terms of them buying other stuff, you typically aren't generating additional revenue. Well, that's what we want to change, Benny, because we want to be entrepreneurs and not just marketers. Let me tell you, what's the difference? All right, a marketer says, hey, I'm in THW Global, and all I'm doing is promoting THW Global. I'm in ABC. I'm in Amazon Juice. I'm in Siberian Juice. These are all fictitious names. And if you cut me, I bleed Siberian Juice. And all I ever want to hear about is Siberian Juice. That's a marketer. You and I want to be business owners. We want to be entrepreneurs. Okay. Now, we're not going to cross recruit, meaning I'm not going to go and Damon Williams is working hard to build his business. I'm not going to reach down into Damon's organization and tell Damon's people, hey, come follow me and buy something from me. That's bad business. That's unethical. But with your folks, you want them, they've made a decision to join you. A person that joins you once is more likely to join you or buy from you again and again and again if you have a properly structured, value-based funnel. All right, so what is a sales funnel? It's an automated sales process. It's an automated sales process. Right now, I've not seen any funnel related to THW Global. Right now, I'm still doing live webinars on Tuesday nights. I'll continue to do that because I love doing that. I'll continue to do our Thursday night trainings because I love doing that. I love doing this kind of stuff. But one of the things we're working on behind the scenes is an automated process that will be available for our most intimate following 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So you're not limited to having to be on a live webinar. My friends that are on the webinar from Australia, thank you. I know it's 12, 13, 14 hours ahead of U.S. East Coast time. My friends from South Africa, my friends from Asia, parts of Asia, thank you so much. I appreciate that. But you want to have something that's automated that people can view at any time of the day that is best for them. Now, it's automated, number one. Number two, it's a process that educates your prospect. Simply saying, get paid up to $25 an hour, click here, it may work to get your signups, but that's not educating your prospect. Your sales funnel, a properly structured funnel, is going to educate your prospects, not look to sell them. So I probably shouldn't call it a sales funnel. I should call it a buying process, automated buying process. It looks to educate them about the solutions that you have for their problems. One of the things you want to do in marketing is you want to pour salt on wounds. You want to identify the struggles, the pains, the frustrations of your target market. And man, you just pour the salt. If you were on our webinar on Tuesday night, what did we do? When we got to the point where we talked about retirees and why this is something that, you know, we pray it's gold and this is going to be a huge answer for our retirees. Man, we poured the salt in that wound. We went and we found an article about Detroit, one of the largest cities in the country, in the U.S. that is, filing bankruptcy, and how people that were on pensions got their pensions reduced, and some people got clawbacks, meaning they have to pay the city back money, and they had their insurance or health insurance, you know, problems with that and what have you. What were we doing? We were pouring salt in the wound. So now we can bring a solution, and so now people are more apt to want to take advantage of the solution because they want to get out of the pain. So a funnel, automated sales process, educates your prospect about the solutions that you have to their problems. Here, make a note of this. This is real key. An educated consumer consumes more. In THW Global, let's say we're now viewing, what do we want? We want people consuming more, consuming 10 hours of content a week. The more people that consume 10 hours of content a week, the more they make in their own viewing, the more the referrer makes with the referral income, the more 9 other people or 10 other people in the organization make. So we want to educate the prospect about the solutions that our offer has to their problems. The person who does that the best is going to be the one that wins. If you take the educational route and somebody else just simply takes the spamming route, just spamming people all across the place, but you have a funnel that educates people as to why they want to commit to viewing 10 hours a week, so they understand why a company would pay us to view and where does that money come from. These are all questions that I hear or I see people posting on my YouTube channels or what have you. This is why you want to have a sales funnel. Now, real quickly, and then I get into our new information. I'm in a sales funnel now. All right, I'm in a funnel now, and the funnel starts with a lead magnet. Someone tell me in your questions box, can anyone tell me what a lead magnet is? Does anyone know? What is a lead magnet? What is a lead magnet? And then we'll get into the anatomy of the funnel that we are producing. Anybody, what is a lead magnet? There we go. Someone said a landing page. Well, yeah, a landing page should host the lead magnet, should be the place where you're going to give away, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a lead magnet. Somebody else said someone else says it's an offer. Someone else says it attracts customers. Very good. Someone says value. There we go. Okay. So let's agree that a lead magnet is a value proposition that says, hey, I'm going to give you value and I'm going to ask in exchange for some contact information so that I capture the lead into either an email list or an SMS text list or both. If you've had people register with you in THW Global, yes, that registrant's name and email address is in the back office, but they're not in your list. All right, now let me tell you what happened to me years ago. Between 2003, 2006, I'm with a particular network marketing company. We're kicking butt. We've grown our team to several thousands of folks. And with this particular company, they would list everybody in your organization. So you could see everybody in your organization's name, email address, phone number, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, some things started happening that I didn't like. And I was very concerned about what the direction of that particular company. And I had the opportunity to invest in a new startup MLM and become a part owner. Our attorney said, well, if you're going to become a part owner, you're going to have to resign your position with this other company. And that was tough to do because we were making, we were about 20 grand a month with that particular company at the time. And so I printed out my entire genealogical list. I knew it was unethical for me to go and start calling or emailing people on my 3rd and 4th and 5th and 6th row because I didn't personally enroll them. But I was going to reach out to those that I had personally enrolled, and then some of the orphans, where John referred Mary, but John's gotten ghosts, and now Mary was looking to me for leadership. Okay, and so I'm going to connect with these folks, and my attorney says, no, you can't do that. Well, why not? This is my list. He said, no, it's not. That's not your list. Read the terms and conditions. That's the company's list. The company owns those names and the email addresses and what have you. And if you start contacting those folks, the company can file a lawsuit against you, an injunction. He said, now you can contact anyone that you can show is in a list, like an email list. Because there you can show when the person opted in, maybe even the IP address, depending on the email system or what have you. And so here I just resigned. And now I couldn't even go back to a lot of those folks that if they knew what I was doing would have come and done some business with me, or at least bought some product or what have you, because it wasn't my list. So you need to have a list that you own and you control. So a lead magnet says, I'm going to give you something of value. It could be a webinar. That's a lead magnet. It could be a downloadable PDF or an ebook or a 4-part marketing series or training series. That's a lead magnet, okay? So I get into this lead magnet, all right? Their lead magnet was a webinar funnel. All right, so I registered, I get into the webinar, I go to the webinar. Webinar was a powerful webinar, and then they present their initial offer. It was such a fantastic webinar. They talked about the pains. They really poured salt into the wound. I bought their primary offer because I saw it as a way to alleviate some pain. Then, after I buy the offer, I get into their membership site. And in the membership site, they talked about some other tools and resources that they recommended to promote their offer even better. So this was now I'm a reseller. It's an income opportunity all on its own. And so I say, okay, well, I know this tool worked because it got me. So I get that tool. And when I get that tool, so this is the secondary offer. Now they've generated a second income stream. So now when I get the secondary offer, that tool, which was designed by a big internet marketer, had its own internal funnel, and they were affiliates. So when I got the secondary offer, the tool did an upsell. Would you like fries with that? I get that tool. We're calling it the third tool. They get another commission. So now they've gotten 3 commission payments from things I did. Now, they never sold me on it. I never felt any pressure. It was all about, this was a tool or a resource that would help me with the problem that I was having. It would help remove some of the pain, okay? And then there was another tool that they had, and that tool had its own funnel. And at the end of it, I had purchased several products or services, all interrelated to what they had the lead magnet offering. And so, would you like fries with that, sir? Well, yes, I like fries. Hey, how would you like a sundae? Well, yeah, I'd like a sundae. I haven't had a sundae in a while. Sure. Would you like a latte with that? Oh, my wife is there and she loves coffee. Yeah, let's have a. That is a funnel. That's a funnel. Okay. Now, there's a marketer. I know he's a major 6-figure earner, maybe a 7-figure earner, and I'm on his email list. And he sent out this particular email. And then we'll get into our newer content. He sent out this email last week, and he was talking about how the metrics that you typically hear in marketing is, as you're building a list, Bill, that you will tend to average $1 per month, Darren, for every person that is in your list. So if you have a list of 500 folks, you should be averaging about $500 a month. Angel, if you have a list of 2,500 folks, you should be averaging about $2,500 a month. That's at least what your target is. And Charles, by the way, Charles, I'm so proud of you, man. I saw your numbers. I know the other day when I looked at you, you had over 70 personally enrolled. I don't know if that's increased or not. Charles Clark, you're kicking butt, man. Congratulations there, by the way. All right, so your metrics is $1 per month per subscriber is what you want to at least target. And what this particular marketer was saying is that for those who are entrepreneurs, he called them smart marketers, they're averaging $3, some $5, some $10 per subscriber. So a person has a 10,000 person email list. Well, you want to be making at least $10,000 a month. But he's saying that some of those folks are making 30 grand and 50 grand and 100 grand a month because they promote offers, look at number 1, with a deep back end. They promote offers with a deep back end which pay high ticket commissions. This is the funnel that I'm in right now. There was the offer, I took advantage of it, and it's got a deep back end, several different potential products or services, all interrelated to help me better promote the initial offer. And with one of the offers that I took advantage of, I did a coaching program, which was not cheap. And I think they get a 40% commission on that. So all tell, they made, into the 4 figures from me doing business with them because they had a great lead magnet and a great funnel system. Now, here's the challenge in network marketing. Most people don't even have a lead magnet because most people aren't getting the lead. And I'm telling you, the lead is more important than the sign up. The lead is more important than the sign up. The gentleman that registered with me that personally enrolled 192 people in the first 24 months, that dude opted into one of my lists years ago. When the revenue sharing world was on fire with Zeke rewards and that kind of stuff, that dude registered years ago. He has since done a lot of things that I didn't do. I've done a lot of things that he didn't do, but he was still on my list. And so when I sent out an email to my list, he responded. He was going to join anyway. He said, "Oh, I didn't know you were in it. Send me your link because you've been providing value. Send me your link." And now, because of him, we've got several thousands. I don't even know how many thousands he has in his organization, but I know that he's got thousands in his organization, and he's on my first level, which puts thousands in my organization. Why? Because we had a list and we provide value to that list, but I want you to understand why this is so important. So you don't typically see this in network marketing because the network marketing company you're promoting for, Carl, wants you to promote for them. They're not going to say, "Hey, go out and get this tool that may cost money and go out and get that tool, Damar, that may cost money and go out and get that tool and that resource." No, they want you to have one central focus on promoting them. And when I was an owner of a network marketing company, Dennis, what did I want you to do? Promote my stuff, dude. Promote my stuff. Well, I'm not a network marketing owner now. Don't want to be a network marketing owner. I want to empower you to be an entrepreneur. So let me show you the funnel that we are developing. We call it the funnel blueprint. All right, we'll start off with a lead magnet. Now we're going to ultimately have multiple sales funnels, sales presentations. All right, we'll ultimately have multiple presentations, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. Okay, but the first one that we will have will it's really going to be cool the way this is set up. We did this a few years ago in the revenue sharing space, and it was wildly successful. And I forget what the numbers were. I think we ultimately had about 250, maybe 300,000 folks on our team. But we had tens of thousands of folks that were not a part of our team leveraging our content. And what we did was we would do live webinars. And our live webinars to present that particular offer typically ran about 75 minutes, and then we would have a Q&A. So about an hour and 15 minutes when we have a Q&A. Well, what we did is we took that content and we set up a page where we broke things down in training modules in bite-sized pieces. So instead of someone sitting through an hour and 15 minutes all at one time, or seeing, "Oh my gosh, this is an hour and 15 minutes," and just clicking out, we took the webinar and we broke it down in phases. Okay, so let me give you an example. With the webinar that we now do with THW Global to present THW Global, we start off, we talk about the problem. We talk about the fact that in the U.S., which is widely considered the wealthiest nation in the world, we've got some major problems. If we've got problems there, we've got problems all across the globe. And we talked about how there's a system called welfare where the U.S. government helps to subsidize people that aren't making enough money, and how more than 50% of the welfare payments last year went to people that actually had jobs. That's a problem. People have jobs. They're not deadbeats, but they can't make the ends meet. All right, that's a problem. We talked about the retiree problem. We talked about the college problem. So let's say that's its own module. All right, then we got a module where in the very first module, we have people going on and registering for THW Global. We haven't talked about all the other stuff that we talk about on our webinars towards the end on 6 to 7 figures. We allude to it, but we don't show them the pledge and take a percentage of your viewing income and reinvest that. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but we've gotten them registered with you in the first few minutes. Okay. Now, for some people, that's all they want. And we say, hey, if all you want is a few $100s or $1,000 or what have you, the first 2 modules will do you just fine and you'll be off and running. We actually walk them through registering, going and registering. They see our screenshots, because you got to remember now, you're going to have some people, especially if they are more mature, they didn't grow up in tech. And so while it's simple for you to say, hey, go to my site and register, it's not always so simple to everybody out there. And so we take them by the hand and we get them registered at, it would be at your site, obviously. We get them registered. We get them taking the survey. We get them going to go get their links, all right there in the first module. So now they're registered. Now in module 2, we're going to show you how to start scaling your business. And instead of earning, we don't even say up to $25 an hour. And the reason we don't do that is because that's what everybody else is saying. So we've got a little twist on there, so that, because there's going to be some ad blindness, meaning everybody's out there, especially on Facebook, just posting up to $25 an hour, up to $25 an hour, up to $25 an hour. With our funnel's not going to say that. So you're going to get some people that would not, who already have a prejudgment of the up to $25 an hour. We come back, we say something slightly different, same numbers, but slightly different. So now you might get that person not just registering with you, but opting in. So you get the lead. That's the lead magnet. All right. And if they go through the training modules, and if a person wants to develop a 6 or 7 figure income, we're telling them you need to go through all the training modules, then they are going to be a person who's going to commit to 10 hours of watching content when the content is available. What's that going to do for you? That's going to increase the average viewership in your organization. This is what we have seen for the last few years, because our focus is always on an educated consumer consumes more. There will be teams that will out-recruit us. There will be teams that will have more people than what we will have. But we generate overall as a team, typically, more revenue, because our following is more educated, and an educated consumer does what? Consumes more. So that first funnel is designed to get them registered very early on with you. But then for those folks who are ready for the 6 to 7 figure message, to continue throughout the modules, so that they make a stronger commitment. And as a part of that commitment, it's not just viewing, it's viewing, then taking a percentage of my viewing income. If you're new to us, we've been saying this, 50% to 100% of your viewing income going back as a monthly marketing budget. You're going to use some of that to get tools and resources. You're going to use some of that for paid traffic. Paid traffic, where you go and you say, I want 1,000 visits to my site, 1,000 visits to my lead magnet where I'm capturing the lead. If I get 1,000 visits to my site, typically I'm looking for about a 25% conversion from site visit to actually opting in. If those numbers hold true, sometimes it'll be higher, sometimes it'll be lower. 1,000 people to the site, 250 leads, let's say in this example. Then we're normally looking for a 1 to a 5% conversion rate to buy what we're wanting to sell or to join what we're wanting them to join. Since THW Global is free, we believe it'll be on the higher end. If we just got a 4% conversion, 1,000 visits to my site, 250 opt-in, 4% actually register, and with our funnels, many of those folks are going to take the 10-hour pledge. Well, there's 10 new recruits right there. You tell me, I don't have any friends. I don't have any family left. Nobody wants to listen to me. I can't recruit. The reason you haven't been able to recruit is because you haven't had a funnel-based system and you haven't had targeted traffic going to a funnel-based system. I'm telling you, you will have a funnel-based system. That's what we're working on. Working hard on. I think I was working on it to about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning last night. All right. So now you've got people that have joined you in THW Global. One, the ones that have taken the pledge, they've joined you in THW Global. One, they've committed to viewing their 10 hours a week. Number two, that's going to maximize their income and maximize your income. Give me just a moment, please. Okay. As the referrer, and it's going to maximize the income for the overall 10-level organization. Then, for those who have taken the pledge, they're saying, hey, I'm going to take a percentage of my viewing income, and I'm going to get tools and resources. And many of those tools and resources they're going to be getting from you, so it's going to generate an additional revenue stream. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. Okay? And they're going to start paid traffic. So here's the deal. All right, let's put some of this on the whiteboard. Let's put this on the whiteboard. Give me a moment. All right. Give me just a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Okay, let me say this. This is what I'm going to have to do. I normally don't have any commitments on Thursday night. My mobile marketing programmer, he and I have been missing each other, and he told me that he was going to be free at the top of the hour, and I may have to go because that's a big part of our overall system in our funnel, and we just keep missing each other. Okay, so we may have an abbreviated session where we don't have our optional Q&A. Just want to let you know that. Okay, so let's hurry this on. Okay, all right. So here's the deal. Here's the deal. All right. So let's say 1,000 visits, paid traffic, 1,000 visits to a site to our to our lead magnet, all right, which means you're capturing the lead, and let's say you get a 25% a conversion, meaning 25% of those that visit your site actually opt in because of the lead magnet. You are capturing the lead. You now have 250 new leads, okay? Let's say that we get 4% of those to convert to joining you in THW Global, 1, 2, hearing the overall message of scaling to 6 or 7 figures, okay? All right, and so now that's 10 people that have joined you, but more importantly, not only have they joined you, but they've heard the message. Now, all of them may not execute, but at least they've heard the message. Some of them are going to execute, all right? Let's just assume for a perfect world that all 10 executed, and in time, these 10, they go out and they do some paid traffic and they get 1,000 visits to their site. Now, all of a sudden, that is, what's 10 times 1,000? Is that 10,000? I used to be a math whiz. Used to be. Yeah, okay. So now all of a sudden, here's 10,000 visits to a funnel that could impact your bottom line. If they get the same type of results between them, that's now 2,500 leads between them. If they get a 4% conversion rate between them, that's 100 folks now that's on your second level. Who's starting to see that? Who's starting to see that? And in time, you're going to be scaling from 1,000 visits to your site to 2,500 to 5,000 to 10,000, so on and so forth. And so a percentage of these 100 are going to turn around and do the same thing because this now becomes the culture. So now you're creating a culture of an organization. You may not start out, you know, there's a team that started out, and I had nothing but tremendous respect for them. They started out first couple weeks, they've got 6 figures, 100,000 folks in their organization. You may not start off like that, but what you will do if you'll follow what we are sharing and teach is you will build a very strong foundation that can get you to 6 and 7 figures. And heaven forbid if THW Global wound up being crap, guess what? You still have a list. I want it to be gold. I really want it to be gold. If she turns out being crap, guess what I still have? Because what's my business? Is my business THW Global? No. My business is me. I'm working on me so I can be a better me. So I can be a better husband. I can be a better father. It shows up in my business. Working on me constantly and my following. That's why I send out an email Monday through Friday. Some of you didn't get it the last couple of days. I apologize for that, but it sure wasn't because I didn't put it together. We'll make sure you get that, okay? All right, so now I got to do this. I got to hurry on because I am going to have to go in just a few moments. Okay. So hopefully you're seeing that with our sales presentation process, our buying presentation process is a much stronger message than just up to $25 an hour, okay? Then there's going to be our marketing and training portal. That's the funnel blueprint. Next week, we'll dig a lot more into that. And we'll probably start talking pricing. It's going to be very affordable for everyone. And it's going to have an affiliate payout. So that basically, I think it's going to have a 2-tier affiliate payout. And at the lowest end, you refer 3 people that use the system. Yours is essentially free because you would make enough commissions to cover yours. And then anything beyond that becomes gravy. And then on your second level, that becomes gravy. Okay? Now, this is going to give you access to all of our sales funnels that we'll be designing. When we first launch, well, we may only have one, but then a second one will come down the road, and the third will come down the road, and the fourth will come down the road, so on and so forth. Also, in our portal, we're going to have something that we call our value vault. One of the challenges that people have in building a responsive list is they don't know what to say to the list. All right, so I start getting some opt-ins, but I'm not a content creator. What do I say? I don't have, I work a full-time job. Now I'm viewing a couple of hours a day. I don't have a lot of time to try to come up with content. Well, guess what I do? This is what I do. I'm the content dude. I love this stuff. And so you'll be able to come and just go and say, okay, today I want to send out a training message to my audience. And at the end of that training message, we're sending them back to you. Hey, find out the person who sent this to you is leveraging they're part of our mastermind group. They're leveraging our funnel blueprint. Find out what else they have going on. There'll be at the end of some of those trainings, there will be a THW pitch. In some cases, it'll be a generic pitch because many of you are promoting other things. And this is a way for you to have other people contacting you to see what you're doing. See, let me tell you what happens when you really learn how to market. You start having people in your list who contact you saying, hey, what else are you doing? What else are you doing? That's the best kind of recruit to have. That's the best kind of customer to have. Somebody who sought you out and said, hey, what else do you have up under your sleeve? Our recorded webinars will be housed here. So 6 months from now, somebody comes in and they say, gosh, I want to get some training on that. Well, hey, go into the library because our recorded webinars, we send some of them out now. Some of our training webinars going forward won't get sent out because they're really mastermind type of stuff. This is not freebie kind of stuff you just give away. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars accruing this knowledge and information, okay? And so a lot of that is going to be housed in there. A lot of our trainings will be housed. People won't have to try to find them on YouTube and what have you, okay? Now, in the funnel blueprint, there's also going to be a mobile marketing system, which is why I have to go in just a few moments, because my programmer is telling me we're getting close to being able to launch that system, okay? That has an income stream all on its own and also allows you to not only build an email list, but to build the most responsive of all lists, an SMS text messaging list. I've been in a beta for 2.5 years with SMS text messaging. And I will tell you, as much as I love my email marketing, I get more and quicker responses from my SMS text message marketing. And again, that will have its own income stream connected to it. So now all of a sudden, somebody comes, they take the pledge. There should be no reason why they don't get the portal, because we're saying you need to get certain tools and resources, and the portal is the chief of those resources, because in the portal now you've got access to the mobile marketing system, another cha-ching income stream. And then we're going to have something called an affiliate center. An affiliate center is where in the portal we've got training on, hey, you need to have an autoresponder. Here's how an autoresponder works. Da 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 da. Now go get an autoresponder. Well, guess what? The autoresponder that we'll be recommending has an affiliate tied to it. So we'll say, go to your affiliate center and get the autoresponder. Well, when your referral goes to the affiliate center to get the autoresponder, you would have your affiliate link programmed into the system. So when they go and get another tool or another resource, what are we saying? You need to take your viewing income, take 50% to 100% of it, and invest it in what? Tools, resources, and traffic. Tools, resources, and traffic. And so now all of a sudden in the affiliate center, we're telling them the tools that we use, that they want to consider using. And when they go and get those tools, you've got your affiliate links back there. Now, some of the affiliated services don't require pay to play, meaning you don't even have to have the service, but you can be an affiliate. Some of them do have a pay to play arrangement where you need to have it in order to be an affiliate. Either way, the point is seamlessly in one spot, you're generating multiple streams of income. Got to tell you this real quickly. Years ago, when I first came online, or actually I really wasn't online. I really hadn't developed, gotten the online thing, but I was following somebody and they would do live webinars every week. They called it Company X Training. They never talked about their network marketing company. And what they would do is they would pull out a particular tool that they were using in their business. Let's say like an autoresponder. And they would talk about how an autoresponder works and why you need to have one and what have you. And then at the end of the webinar, they would post a link where you could go and get the autoresponder. So I went and I got the autoresponder, and other people got the autoresponder. Well, see, I was dense. I didn't know that there was an affiliate arrangement with that autoresponder. Sometime later, I asked the guy, I said, why are you doing this, man? You're doing all these webinars. I'm not even on your team. We were in the same company, but I wasn't on his team. And he said, well, remember when I do the webinar, I tell you, I have you to go get a tool. Well, I'm an affiliate with that tool. I didn't know about that kind of stuff back then. And he had about 4 or 5 affiliated buckets of tools and resources that he used, that each of those streams equated for somewhere between $800 to $1,000 a month. So he was generating $3,000 to $4,000 a month without ever talking about his network marketing company. Then what would happen is people would say, hey, what else are you doing? Because he gave them such value on those webinars that people wanted to be a part of his team. They almost felt like, I'm in debt. I want to show you my gratitude. I've got to buy something from you. I got to join you in something because you're giving me so much value. And then when their deal fell apart, they would come back to him and say, hey, what are you doing? And he didn't even have to do a presentation. He just sent them a link and they joined. Now, how do I know? Because I joined him in a whole bunch of stuff because he gave me value. So we just packaged it in a funnel system where instead of me saying, hey, go to my affiliate link, doing a webinar, here's a tool, go to my affiliate link, we say, no, have our funnel blueprint. And when we're talking about this tool, go to your affiliate center And when you go to the affiliate center, or let's say your referral goes to the affiliate center, they go and get that tool. Who are they getting it from? They're getting it from you. They're getting it from you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize that I have to go because I'm feeling it right now. I want to tell you about our showcase. So this is what we're going to do on next Thursday. We're going to pick this back up on next Thursday. We're going to talk about our showcase, the showcase on next Thursday. We'll probably do a little poll as it relates to pricing. I already have pricing in mind, but I want to get a sense. I want to make sure that you see the value and what we're doing. It's going to be affordable, so that's not going to be a big issue. And I'm expecting to launch the funnel blueprint, in the next couple weeks, hopefully by the end of the month. I do need to jump and go to a call that I have scheduled with my my mobile marketing lead programmer. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I need to jump over there. Sorry, I have to let the webinar go a little bit early and we don't get into the Q&A. For those of you who are here for the first time, if you have not yet joined THW Global, get back to the person who referred you to our webinar, register with them, follow us intently, make sure that you are opted into our webinar list, and we will get that email issue. Where is it? We'll get that email issue resolved. This was recorded. We will send it out sometime over the weekend. We love each and every one of you. Listen, I know we're not viewing yet. All right. Don't be sour on that. Let's use this time to understand building, to start continuing to build so that once viewing starts, you have an organization and you're making money. Okay. With that being said, we love each and every one of you. Let's change the world together, starting with yours. Good night, everyone.